Hey everybody, welcome to XZ Chat. I'm Serge.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gen Z.
I'm Gen X.
And welcome to our next episode of Will You Press the Button? So this is a fun series. If you haven't checked out our previous videos, make sure you do so. We have a playlist link in the description below to all of our Will You Press the Button videos. Basically, how Will You Press the Button works, if you're not familiar already, is you'll be given a good prompt and a bad prompt. So something good will happen to you and something bad will happen to you. If you press the button, you have the good thing and bad thing happen to you. If you don't press the button, neither of them will happen to you. So it's a fun little game of choices, and you get to decide what option you would choose. And as we go through these videos, if you feel free to, you go ahead and just write down what you would choose in the comments below. We're curious to see what options would you choose. Do you agree with our choices? Do you disagree with our choices? It's just like a fun family game for everyone to take part in.
It's a good time.
So we hope you guys enjoy.
Have fun with it, and let us know what you think in the comments.
All right, into the video. You become the most handsome man on earth.
Wow.
But you revert back to your normal self at midnight and stay that way until 6 in the morning. If you are seen by anyone during this time, you will become the world's most hideous monster for eternity.
I know what I would do.
I know what I would do. What would you do?
I would not press that button just because I'd want to mitigate that risk.
Same. I would not press that button. I think I'm happy with how I look. Yeah. I don't need to be the most handsome man on earth.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I'm not that vain where I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then of course, if you screw up, you're gonna become the most hideous monster for eternity.
Yeah, exactly, and that could happen, right?
Yeah. And I would like to think I look better right now than the most hideous monster for eternity. So I'm not going with that one. Not pressing the button.
Don't go down. Anyone you fall in love with will love you back just as much, but everyone of the opposite gender hates you. Well, okay, I know what I do.
So this question is a paradox. I would not press the button because this is a paradox, because how can they love you back as much as you love them if people of the opposite gender hate you?
Hate you. Yep.
Like for someone who's into the same sex, this would probably be a very easy question. But for someone who's heterosexual, who wants a partner of the opposite sex, if they hate you, how are they gonna love you as much as you love them? Mm-hmm. So I'm not pressing this button. It makes no sense to me.
No, and even if that one person did love you back as much,
but then everyone else
hates you.
Everyone else hates you. Like you like, for example, if you're a dude, you're gonna be going out into public. You probably have female service workers. You have female co-workers, and if they're all gonna hate you, you're gonna have half of society hate you. Yeah. It's not gonna be a very pleasant existence.
It would be crippling.
Yeah. So I'd rather just get along with everybody and hopefully I find somebody who will fall in love with me without it having to be chosen by a button. Yeah. So
let's see.
All right, pretty evenly split.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I'm surprised about that one too.
Yeah. Next question.
All right.
Take it away.
You receive a large amount of any drug of your choice, but you're only allowed to give it away with no profit. Wow, there's a hard one. I got to really think this one out.
That's easy.
I know, I'm being sarcastic.
Which one are you choosing?
I wouldn't press the button. It's not a big deal. Who cares?
I'm pressing the button. You wouldn't press the button?
I knew you would.
Why wouldn't you press the button?
I don't care if I get a large amount of drug or not of my choice.
But you get to give it away.
I wouldn't pass on the drugs.
Oh, I would.
Oh.
Drugs isn't necessarily bad. There's drugs that are like very expensive medicines.
Very
like
good.
For example, you can have some life-saving drug, but people can't afford it because it's so expensive. But if you just got a large amount of this really expensive drug and you just give it away with no profit, you're basically you're a savior. You're saving people's lives by doing so.
Yeah.
So I would press that button.
Yeah, I see that point.
Mm-hmm. And you would still stick with not pressing the button?
No. I would change it. With that,
you're like, I see that point, but screw those people.
No, screw them. Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I think what you did, I knew when you said no, I knew that you interpreted it as a bad drugs like heroin or ones that ruin lives. But I'm talking about drugs that save lives. Yeah. So we're pressing the button.
Okay.
Wow. Most people have not pressed the button, so
that's because they did not carefully read the question.
You guys need to think outside the box. Think about the positives. Focus on the bright light.
That's right. Focus on the bright light.
Yeah.
Not
the one at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of light, another one of Murphy's other laws is that a flashlight is a case for holding dead batteries.
And he's absolutely right. Yeah. Go check your. That was a hint. And go check your flashlights.
Yeah, check your flashlights.
Before they corrode.
All right. Next question.
Next one.
I'll read this one out. Your fridge is always full of awesome food,
I love it.
but it's vegetarian.
Oh. I don't like
Your smile faded away.
it faded away very quickly.
Yeah, for me, unfortunately, since when I was younger, I didn't eat very many vegetables, so I grew up not liking vegetables, and so for me, I can't stand the taste. I'm trying to get better at eating vegetables because I know it's healthy for you, and so there's some that I tolerate, but in general, one of my biggest cravings is meat. Like that's the number one thing I consume is meat. I'm a carnivore. I'm a carnivore. If I was a dinosaur, I'd be a T-Rex. Yeah. So for me, I could not go for this because for me, awesome food, you cannot have awesome food without meat. Not for me personally. That's my taste.
You're a steak and potatoes kind of guy. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Or burger and fries, or chicken strips and fries,
but it's gotta have meat.
It's gotta have meat.
Yeah.
For me, meat makes up awesome food. Yeah. So
I'm with you.
You're with me? So
yeah,
you would
totally.
also not press the button?
I would not press the button. Although I like vegetables and I'm a big vegetable kind of person. Yep. But no, I just couldn't stick with having a vegetarian diet.
Yeah. And for those of you vegetarians who want to kind of know who are like wondering why our perspective, just think about it the opposite way. So you're a vegetarian, your value is only eating vegetables, you don't eat meat. Imagine if the question was flipped and you're only allowed to eat meat. I'm sure you would also say that that's not my definition of awesome food, and you would not choose to press the button. Mm-hmm. So in this case, we're going to go with our tastes, which is not pressing this button.
We're carnivores.
Yep. All right. Rob, next question. Last question. I'll let you read this one out.
Ooh, why, thank you. Everyone who is poor in the world will become wealthy, but everyone who is wealthy will become poor.
That's interesting. That's a perfect idea for a novel, for a story. You kept seeing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All the people who are like in really privileged positions, they all of a sudden get thrown down, and then people who are at the bottom of society so the entire societal structure gets flipped. Yeah. It's very interesting. What are you thinking?
I would say, I would not press that button.
I would not press it either. Yeah. I feel like that would become very, very crazy.
Well, and most of the people from what we hear do not have a high standard and are poor in the world, and most of them become wealthy, then no one's really going to be wealthy because inflation will go off the chart.
Yep.
And then those who are wealthy and become poor, hopefully most of those people, and I don't know, either we all have opinions, but many of them are self-made, at least the ones in America. It's easier to be self-made, I've heard, than in other countries. So without putting that argument out there, I'm just saying that's what I heard. Now, in other countries, maybe people who are wealthy were born into that for generations on end. And so I want to reward those who work hard and make themselves wealthy.
Yeah. So I think just in general, it would be pure chaos to just suddenly in one day flip the script, and you don't know what would happen. And you bring up an interesting point with the fact that wealthy is relative to others. It's one of those terms like the most beautiful or the most so-and-so. All those terms that are just terms that society created are really just done by comparing to others. Yeah. So if everyone is wealthy, then no one is wealthy is kind of like the idea, right? Yeah. If everybody is exceptional, nobody's exceptional. That's a good way of putting it. I think that's the better way of putting it. So that being said, that was the last one. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Rob, what did you think?
I had a great time. And it's fun when we do these games. I get to know Serge a little bit more, and as well as having a really good time. And it's just neat to be able to share a little bit more of either my craziness, wackiness, or some meaningful thought.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it as well. I love how these kind of games they throw thought-provoking questions at you, and you get to like kind of bounce ideas back and forth. And we had some interesting discussion. And there's some funny moments between the two of us. Like I said, it's a lot of fun.
It's a great time,
and you get to know each other better. Yeah. And I hope you guys enjoyed as well. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon to stay up to date on more of these videos, because we're going to be doing a lot of different games. We did Would You Rather. We're doing Will You Press the Button, and we'll come up with many more in the future. As we find fun games, we'll play them on the channel for you guys. We're having a good time either way, and we hope you guys are as well.
Yeah, have a good time with us.
Yeah, and if there's any other games you guys know that you think would be good to try out,
Great idea.
suggest them in the comments down below, because the more the merrier. We love having fun. So
It's good times.
yep.
All
All right, guys. So with that being said, hope you had a great rest of your day and take care.
Take care. Have a great time, and you'll see us soon.
Peace out, guys.